Hi everyone. Let me know if you can't see me or hear me. Just give me a shout out. I hope everyone is doing well and just weathering out what's going on in the world. I've been having some ups and downs in my emotional state because of what's going on in the world, but I have really amped up my meditations, and my meditations have helped me so greatly during this time. So let me know if you have been meditating more, or what are the things that you've been doing to help you weather out this situation. I've had some really profound revelations come to me during my meditations recently about where I should focus my energy, where I should place my energy in these trying times. And this morning, when I did my early morning meditation, usually it's pretty long, I kept getting the words kept coming through to me: have faith, have faith, have faith. Release and surrender to the infinite wisdom, release and surrender. Those words just kept coming in from spirit, and it helped me so profoundly. After that meditation, I felt so much more peace. Hi, Splatter! Great timing. We're doing a meditation for you today, actually. I was thinking about you this morning during my meditation, so I'm so glad you joined. So we want to do a meditation for your fibromyalgia and liver disease. So this morning, like I said during my meditation, the words of have faith, release and surrender, have faith, release and surrender just kept coming up over and over and over and over again, because it was just so comforting, because after the meditation I just felt so much more confident, so much more peaceful. Like I said, the last week or so I've been feeling uneasy, because of this whole pandemic, and my whole family lives in New York City, and they have a huge concentration of infections there. I mean, it's the largest concentration of infections are in New York City, and my whole family lives there. So I've had a lot of ups and downs, but my meditations, ramping up my meditations, have tremendously helped me. And the meditation that I had this morning was just so profound. And after the meditation, I took a walk with my dog, and I just felt so much better. I just felt, you know what? I don't need to know everything right now. I don't even need to have any answers now. I'm just going to release to the infinite wisdom, infinite love, infinite power of God, because, we don't see the bigger picture. God, our divine being that we are, this universe has the bigger picture. And the way things really work out in our life is by surrendering, releasing that resistant energy, that tightness, that energy of just fear, anxiety, panic, just releasing it to God and just embracing faith more and more. I realize that my faith gets just a little bit deeper every day, a little bit deeper every day, a little bit deeper every day. We're not trying to make quantum leaps with our faith, but if we could have our faith that's just a little bit deeper, it helps a lot. It becomes a huge mountain over the months and years, and that faith is what is going to truly get us through these trying times. In the universe's perspective, everything is fine. We can't have the light without the dark. We can't have the yin without the yang. We can't have good without the bad. We can't have, sunshine without the rain. Well, everything has its place, has its order, that the universe knows infinitely, that we may not comprehend in our human mind, but that we have to surrender and release to that infinite wisdom, infinite love, infinite power. And we know that things are going to be okay. So today I wanted to go back and focus on doing our meditation for one of our viewers, Splatter, who has fibromyalgia and liver disease. And what I want to do with this meditation, Splatter, is I really want to ask the universe, ask God to help us to get to the root cause of why this is happening to you physiologically, because I always say our physiological condition is a manifestation of what's happening in our consciousness, our energy field. And so if we're holding on to a lot of trauma, so if we're holding on to a lot of trauma in our energy field, that is going to inform the physical manifestation into disease. So this trauma may be something that is from your previous lives. I mean, it doesn't even have to be trauma from this life. So I really want to do a meditation and intention to help you release whatever that deep-seated trauma is. Deep-seated trauma that you might be holding on to, that we can help you to release so the physical manifestation healing will naturally occur. I always say that it's not our job to heal our bodies, because our bodies infinitely knows how to heal. It's our job to give the right information, to set up the right environment for our bodies to heal, because the body has infinite wisdom. So that's what we're going to be working on today. So just get really comfortable, everyone. Hi, Great Lakes Wellness. Just get comfortable, everyone, and let's start this meditation. And I want you to be really, really present during this meditation. I want you to just let go of whatever is happening in the world. Let go of whatever all anxiousness about the future. Just be fully present in this moment, because as we take care of now, later will take care of itself. As we collectively, consciously take care of this moment right here, right now, tomorrow, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, will take care of itself. So our power is right here, right now. And as you follow this meditation, if you have any sensations that you're feeling or profound experiences, please share it with us later. Oh, you're lying. Okay, great. That's great, Splatter. I'm so glad you're lying down. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna clean my my crystal, and so that I can amplify the intention. Thank you, Crystal, for being here with us, so we may amplify our intention for this healing. Focus on your breath right here, right now, so we can center ourselves in the power of this present moment. This is the only moment where we can shift our vibrational energetic frequency to that of healing, well-being, and health. So just be fully present in the now. And as you breathe in the presence of this moment. And as you breathe out, let go of any fear, anxiousness, panic, stress, resistant energy that you are holding onto about the past or the future. Just let it go. Let it go. Breathe into the power that you are of love and light. And breathe out all of that resistant energy of fear, doubt, worry, concern, which is not your natural state of well-being. Breathe in your truth of well-being. Release through your exhale of all that you are not. Breathe in your truth as an infinite being. Breathe out all of the ego mind of fear, worry, doubt, which is not the truth of who you are. Breathe in the truth of infinite love and compassion. Breathe out all feelings of doubt, worry, lack of faith. Breathe in your natural state of well-being. Breathe out all resistant energy that prevents you from your natural state of well-being. Breathe into this moment. Inhale and exhale into the power of now. Use your breath to powerfully connect to your mind, body, and soul. And as you use your breath to connect this physical realm with your higher consciousness realm, relax every cell, every tissue, every organ in your body. Just relax every muscle. Every infinite part of your body, just relax. Let any thoughts of the past, the future, just release those thoughts. Let every cell, every tissue, every organ, every muscle in your body return to its natural state of well-being, of infinite love, infinite compassion, infinite light. Allow your body to return to its natural well-being and breathe in and out into that well-being. Breathe deeply in and out into the truth of who you are, which is infinite well-being of love and light. Allow your natural state of well-being shine, emanate out into the universe so that it may touch other people who are in pain and suffering. Let your natural state of well-being be so infectious out into the universe that you are healing others around you and others across the planet. Just breathe into that well-being of light, love, and peace and faith. Now, we intend for Splatter to find the root cause of her suffering from fibromyalgia and liver disease. We intend for Splatter to find the root cause of her fibromyalgia and liver disease so she can allow her body to be returning to her natural state of well-being. As we form a circle around Splatter, we join our hands and we place Splatter right in the middle of our circle of our collective consciousness. Her body is just laying right there peacefully, absorbing all of the universal energy of love and light. And we all call, as a collective consciousness, we call upon all of Splatter's spirit angels with their beautiful feathers to surround Splatter's body and place their beautiful hands and feathers around her body. And wherever she has her fibromyalgia, pain and suffering, her beautiful angels are sending a rainbow of healing light and love to the areas where she has fibromyalgia in her body. The rainbow of colors, whether it's green, blue, pink, white, purple, is twinkling with love and light that just penetrates into Splatter's every cell, every tissue, every organ of her body that is in pain and suffering. The angels, in their infinite wisdom, know exactly where her pain and suffering is, including her liver disease. This healing light, this healing love, this healing energy Splatter to open her heart, open her body, open her energy field to release any deep-seated trauma in her consciousness that is creating the suffering and pain. And the angels just look upon her with unconditional love, with unconditional light, with unconditional compassion, unconditional state of well-being. As the rainbow of light that's emanating from her angels' hands just are being absorbed deeper and deeper into her cells, her tissues, her organs. Her cells just relax. Return back to their natural state of well-being and love. Resistant energy, trauma energy is released so that the return of her natural state of well-being is being felt, is being known, is being allowed by just surrendering and releasing any trauma, any resistant energy that is preventing her from her natural state of physical well-being. And the angels start moving their hands in a circular motion all over her body so that we can move that resistant energy and allow the releasing of all the trauma that Splatter is holding on to. And there is an opening of Splatter's heart, opening of her heart chakra, opening of her third eye chakra, opening of her throat chakra, opening of her sacral and root chakras, opening of her crown chakras, to release all trauma energy that is creating her suffering and pain, and the angels are absorbing that resistant energy from Splatter, and the angels are just allowing that resistant energy to move through them and through them out into the universe where it belongs. The release is powerful. The release is divine. The release is in the power of now. And the angels just look upon her with so much unconditional love, unconditional light, that you are a perfect image and child of God's divine being and divine wellness. And they give a message to you, Splatter, that you are okay, that all is well in your life, all is well in the universe. Have faith, have trust in the divine organization, in the divine design of the way things happen as it should. And this message is so comforting because it's not up to you to heal. The divine will heal, and it's up to you to just surrender and release this trauma energy to the universe and have unconditional faith, unconditional love, and know that all is well in this perfect universe, that the divine has it all ordered in the way it should. And the angels continue to look upon you with so much unconditional love. They see the perfection in you, in your mind, body, and soul, and know that you are ready for the higher learning of love, light, unconditional compassion. And they say, you are perfect as you are. You are unconditionally loved. You are unconditionally protected. You are a child of God in the perfect image of God. So you will always be unconditionally loved and protected. And now the angels take their feathers and they dust you off. And they dust off any remnants of negative energy that you might be holding on to. They dust it off and allow it to be released to the infinite wisdom of the universe. And they say, we are always with you, Splatter. We are always with you. Do not fear, as we are always with you. We are always with you. We will always be with you, whether on this physical or non-physical realm. They are always with you. They are always with you. Always with you. Always with you. And the message is, all is well in my world. Repeat after me. All is well in my world. All is well in my world. All is well in my world. I am protected by God and the divine. I am protected by God and the divine. I am protected by God and divine. I allow healing. I allow healing. I allow healing by releasing. I allow healing by releasing. I allow healing by releasing. We all allow healing by releasing. We all allow healing by releasing. We all allow healing by releasing. Breathe into the healing and releasing. We all allow healing by releasing. Thank you. Namaste. Hi everyone. Thank you so much for joining me in that healing. I feel like 10 times better after that meditation, and having you join me do that meditation made it 1,000 times more powerful for me, because I can feel your energy, I can feel your love, I can feel your intention to heal splatter in the world. So thank you so much for joining me in that powerful meditation. It has helped me, and I always say when we heal others, we are actually healing ourselves. Hi, Junk DNA from Saudi Arabia. If you guys have experienced any physical manifestations in your body from that meditation, or had some kind of a special experience from that meditation, let me know what it is, because your comments really help me and my community at large. And if you have any questions about that meditation or anything that you're going through now during this time of, collective fear, just let me know. Hi, Mako. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad. Oh, good. Mako, I'm so glad that you feel more peace with that meditation. Yeah, it really just, wow, that was so Splatter, wow, that was so powerful. At one point, I felt this powerful force coming down from above into my forehead and through my body. Yes, that's exactly what that force was, love and light. It was a force that is allowing you to release that deep trauma that you're holding on to, which really manifests into disease, because disease is really... It's really all about consciousness. It's really about this non-physical energy of consciousness. So if you guys, Yvonne, thank you for the sense of peacefulness in my whole being. Oh, you're welcome, Yvonne. You're welcome. Splatter, with the angels, I felt like a face appeared. A woman with curly hair was looking down on me and letting me know she's always with me. Wow. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. You're welcome, Splatter. We feel honored and privileged to be able to help you in your journey of life, because we all need help, We all need collective help. We all need help in our lives, and we all need to be there for each other. So we're so grateful that we can do this for you, and we feel honored that we can do this for you. Going back to what I was talking about, if you guys have any questions about anything while I'm talking about this issue, this issue of the message I received this morning, just let me know what your question is. And if you had any other experiences, let me know. I don't know if you remember me. I got some little advices from you for meditation because I was a beginner. I do meditation very often now. I can't believe how good it is. Yes, Mako, I do remember you very well. And I am so glad that you have been meditating, because I'm telling you, it is what has really saved my life. I mean, especially during these trying times, I do more meditations. Oh, yes, Spot. Next time, KM... next week, KM has a bipolar issue, so we're going to do a meditation for KM who has a bipolar issue. And I believe that when we have a mental issue is because we're not living in our divine being state. We're living in this ego state, and that ego state doesn't allow us to it clutters up the mind, and it doesn't allow us to really understand and feel the truth of who we are. And I think bipolar is a state that we're living in the ego level state. So that meditation will be very interesting, and I'll see what I do. When I come to this meditation, I don't have any plans. I just always meditate and pray to God that just give me the message that you want me to send to the universe and to the viewers and to everyone on this planet for the healing. And that's all I ever do. So I want to go back to this message that I received this morning from my meditation, because even yesterday I was feeling some fear still. I was feeling kind of this uneasiness. Like I said, the week and a half, I've been feeling this uneasiness. And when I went into meditation this morning, I got the message about, have faith, release and surrender. Have faith, release and surrender. Have faith, release and surrender. And why is this... Okay, Mako has a question. Is meditation recommended in the morning, or can it be even during the day? Okay, Mako, that's a really, really good question. The reason why people, and I do it in the morning is because you're trying to pre-pave your day. You're trying to come out with the right energy, so that as you move through the day, you have the right energy. So, or, some people call it high vibrational frequency. Energy is all frequency. So if you meditate in the morning and is able to find the peace, serenity, clarity, and focus as you move through the day, whether you're working, whether you're studying, whatever it is that you have to do through the day, you're going to do it with more presence of in the now. And our power is only in the now. It's never in the past or never in the future. So we meditate in the morning to set the stage for our energy for the rest of the day. So our day could become productive. It can become efficient. We can show up at the right place at the right time. We could meet the right people at the right time. We could make our lives powerful and productive throughout the day. And that's why meditating in the morning becomes a great tool. However, you can always meditate during the day, of course. Maybe I do mini meditations throughout the day. So maybe in the morning I meditate, and then at 12 o'clock I hear something in the news, something about this pandemic. And all of a sudden it's like I have some fear, right? Because I'm listening to this, I call it kind of the white noise. I'm listening to what is being said in media. Then what I would stop, if I start feeling fear and I notice that fear is getting bigger and bigger, I stop everything. Unless I'm driving, in the freeway or something. But if I'm driving, let's say on a surface street, I could pull over. I stop everything and I just close my eyes and I do a mini meditation where I just keep focusing on my breath and observing where that fear is manifesting in my body. Is it manifesting in my chest? Is it manifesting in my throat? Where is it manifesting? And I just keep observing it until I feel that my body has resolved it. So during times when it's more difficult, hi Robson from Brazil, welcome. During those times when you feel like you've meditated in the morning, but then something happens and you start to feel that stress, anxiety, panic, do a mini meditation. It could take maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, even maybe less, 3 minutes. Yes, the root point, right. Yes, Splatter. So do the meditation as you need it through the day. So you could do one in the morning. And if you feel good throughout the day, then you don't need to meditate. But again, do it as you need it, because every day will change. The only constant in life is change. The only constant in life is change. And we have to be flexible. We have to adjust our life as things arise. So there's nothing set in stone. Nothing is set in stone. Nothing is set in stone. So do as you need it. So I hope that answers your questions. Splatter, what you're saying about fear really struck me. Have faith, release, and surrender. And when you said to focus on the root of the pain, 2 words came to mind. That was terrified and hurt. You know what? That is a really profound thing that you're saying, because I feel like that those 2 words, terrified and hurt, really is referring to some kind of a trauma. Because think about it, when we have some kind of a trauma, whether it could be any type of trauma, it could be a trauma of abuse, when we were childhood abuse, by our parents. It could be a trauma from a previous life. Maybe, we got murdered. Some kind of trauma. And when we experience that trauma, what are the 2 words that come up? I feel I was terrified. I was hurt. So I feel like, hopefully as you keep, on this journey of life, on this journey of your soul's expansion, Splatter, that you can get closer and closer to what it is that has terrified you so much, and just get closer to releasing that, And, in Ho'oponopono, there's a Hawaiian spiritual practice called Ho'oponopono, and I do Ho'oponopono meditation. What it is that the conscious mind asks the subconscious mind to help it release all trauma, all memories of suffering and pain. Because what Ho'oponopono spiritual practice really says is that what it says is that we have so much trauma in our subconscious mind that we are not conscious of. We have so much crap in our subconscious mind that we couldn't even consciously handle it. So in Ho'oponopono, the conscious mind just asks the subconscious mind, please help me to release all memories of pain, suffering, trauma, and fear that does not serve me. And then I don't need to know what that suffering and pain is. I don't need to know what that memory is, but I know that the divine, the divine, could help me to release all of the memories of suffering and pain. Memories meaning the trauma information that you're holding on to. And so sometimes we don't necessarily need to know what the trauma is. We don't necessarily need to know what the trauma is. So we just want to ask the divine to help us release that trauma that is causing this physical manifestation. Sometimes when I would go on my break at work, I would do a mini meditation. I am a preschool teacher and stress can happen midday. Meditation. Yes, Mary, absolutely, Mary. You have the right idea. That is absolutely, that's exactly what I was telling Mako. And being, a preschool teacher with all these kids like screaming and running around can be stressful. So what Mary is doing is a wonderful thing. Mary is doing exactly the right thing. Robesome, I am reading the book that is helping me a lot. It is about the book When Everything Falls Apart, Setting Up for Difficult Times. The author is the nun Pema Chodron. Robeson, that is just so crazy. You're talking about Pema Chodron. In my last video about fear and how we can alleviate fear through the practice of bodhicitta was based on my favorite book by Pema Chodron, one of my favorite books by Pema Chodron called The Places That Scare Me. You could look at that video. It was a video that I released last Sunday, And I refer to Pema Chodron's book called The Places That Scare Me. And she talks about this practice of the bodhicitta, which is awakening the mind, awakening the heart, that bodhicitta state of a warrior, unconditional compassion and love that is in each of us, in a very, very fundamental, deep place in each of us. And that practice of bodhicitta, of having that unconditional compassion for ourselves, unconditional love for ourselves, allows us to manage and handle fear, allows us to manage and handle the places that really scare us. Because when we tap into that bodhicitta, that deep, profound space that is the most vulnerable space, we become a warrior. And not warrior of battle, not a warrior of battle. We become the warrior of unconditional compassion and love for ourselves and therefore of others around the planet. And it is a very, very powerful practice to help us manage our fear and our anxiety and stress. It's a beautiful book. So thank you, Robeson, for she's got some beautiful books. I have several of her books. Mako, thank you so much for answering. To be honest, I kind of like more doing meditation in the evening, because somehow I leave negative energies that I get during that day. That, unfortunately, are very frequent. Okay, Mako, that's wonderful. There are people who do meditation in the morning and in the evening. And sometimes I do meditation in the evening as well, but I always do it in the morning. So I like that. I like that because, I think doing it in the morning and the evening would be the most ideal, because the morning is to pre-pave and set your energy for the day. The evening, as you said, is to recalibrate what has happened. Like if you have absorbed some negative energy, you could recalibrate and release that negative energy out into the universe. So I think, there's no hard and fast rule about meditation. What works for you is what works for you. What works for you, because you are such an individual, unique being. So what works for you may not work for somebody else. What works for somebody else may not work for you. So I would allow your higher self to guide you to when you need that meditation, and don't, the most important thing about this, Mako, is, or to everybody, is let's not be so hard on ourselves. Let's not be so hard on ourselves. Let's say if we didn't have a good meditation, let's not be so hard on ourselves. Says, that meditation wasn't very good. I didn't do it right. There is no wrong way to do it. That's what gets us into trouble. It's not that, whatever happens, whatever arises, let's just be present with it. Let's not keep judging. Oh, I did this wrong. Even judging, I did this right. Let's just, try to not judge what's happening in our lives. Let's just be present with it. Because the more we become present and not judge what's happening in our lives or judging ourselves, the more things in our life will naturally and organically work itself out. I always say we are our own worst enemy. And so Spotter says, I know most like to shower in the morning, but I really like to shower in the evening with hot water because it's more relaxing experience, no rush, and it also helps me to wash away negative energies. I agree. Many times I take showers in the evening myself. And like you said, it does help to remove negative energy because it's like a cleansing. Water is a cleansing mechanism. So I agree with you. I think that, basically do what resonates with your life so that you can hold the space of equanimity and peace and some balance and harmony as you move through life, especially when we have these hard times, especially when we feel that the world is in chaos. We have to find that space of equanimity. It's so important. Yes, Mary also likes to take the hot baths for that reason too. Absolutely. And you know what? When I'm taking a shower and I feel that warmth running down my body, I just close my eyes and I just try to be present with that water running through my body. I said, okay, be here now, moon, with this. Thank you for this hot, warm water. Thank you for this shower. Thank you for this, for this bathroom. Thank you for the soap. Thank you for the cleansing. I just try to be really present with that moment as I'm taking the shower. So presence is where our power is. If we're going to try to solve the problems of this world, we need a lot more people to be fully present in the now. To be fully present in the now. Because as we become more present in this moment, those issues that we have in our life will resolve itself. We will find the solution to resolve itself. This universe is infinitely wise, infinitely powerful, infinitely loving. And so as I see what's happening around the world and we become resistant to it, we have more fear. We have more doubt. We have more, because of what we're seeing in the world, what has manifested. Manifestation is what Abraham Hicks, my favorite law of attraction teacher, says is old news. It's old news. It's based on past energies that we've been vibrating collectively as a consciousness. It's old news. It's old news. So if we want a better world, we have to focus our energy in the direction that we desire. We have to keep focusing our energy in the direction that we desire, because the manifestations that we see now in our life and in the world is old news. The manifestation happened because of a certain vibrational energetic frequency that we were collectively broadcasting out into the universe. So we have to stop observing so much and focusing the what we do not desire, because as we keep focusing on what we do not desire, we make it bigger and bigger, because it's all based on consciousness. So what we think about is what manifests. So as we keep thinking about the problem bigger and bigger, the problem gets bigger and bigger. But if we focus on what we desire, then we will find the clarity, the space, the mental, emotional space for that clarity, so that solutions can come in and we can actually solve the problem. So being present in the now is the most powerful thing that there ever is, because we're never going to find any solutions to anything in our life or around the world, any problems that we have in our life in the world. We're never going to find that solution in the future. We're going to find it in the now. Now, I'm not saying that you should force yourself to find a solution right here, right now. You're not going to sit there and say, I'm going to be so present now that I could find the solution. That's like forcing something. You want to just let things be as it is now. And as you keep living more and more present in the now, what happens is the answer will naturally flow into you. And it will flow into you sooner than later if you keep living more and more present in the now, more and more present in the now, more and more present in the now. So this power of now is really where all of our power is. All of our power is. All of our power. I'm finding it every day more and more and more and more. I'm discovering the power of now. I'm discovering the power of connecting to this moment, which is eternal. This moment is eternal. It's eternal. When we connect to this moment, we're actually transcending time and space. We're actually transcending this time-space reality and actually moving to a higher consciousness level that transcends all time, space, reality. And when we connect to that higher consciousness level, and from that higher consciousness perspective, as we look from that higher consciousness perspective, as we look at our life and our planet and the universe, we can see things in a totally different perspective. We will never see it in the perspective of fear. We would never see it in the perspective that something is wrong. We would never see it in the perspective that there's something wrong with our life and in the planet. We would never see it in that perspective. We would only see it in the perspective of, wow, the universe is totally diverse. It is perfect. It is perfect in its being. So we want to keep trying to we want to connect to that perspective. We want to connect to that perspective. And that's why we live in the presence of now, because that perspective is so powerful. So next week, like I said, next week we're going to do, if anybody has any final questions, ask me. But next week we're going to do a healing meditation for KM, who has bipolar issues. I think KM lives in India. I'm not sure. And again, thank you so much. So let's do a closing prayer meditation so that we can set our energies for the rest of the day or the evening. Again, thank you for joining me, everyone. So let's just be present again in the now. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit Guides. Thank you, Universe, for being here with us and allowing our collective consciousness to do this group healing for Splatter and the healing for our planet. Right now, we know that you are with us. You are sending us messages, guiding us 24/7, 7 days a week, that we are protected. And that our job is to surrender and release to your infinite wisdom, infinite love, infinite power. Release all of our fear, anxiety, panic, knowing that we are this infinite being that is connected to your infinite being. And that we can release and surrender so that we can return back to our natural state of well-being. That is the foundation of who we are as a collective consciousness. Our truth is well-being. Our truth is love. Our truth is compassion. Our truth is all that is in this universe, in the perfection of this universe. And now allow us to release and surrender all of the trauma and resistant energy that is preventing us from being in our truth and living in our truth, so that we can expand and grow our eternal soul. Thank you so much again for your unconditional love, your unconditional compassion, your unconditional protection for our well-being. And we stay present as we move through the day and move through life. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. I look forward to joining you again next week. And please, I send you all my blessings and love, unconditional blessings and love for you, your well-being. And please know that God and the universe loves you and protects you. Thank you. Namaste. I'll see you next week. Bye.